Well, you can file this one under the heading, The Crazy Things a Reporter Will Do for a Story. The scene is Sacramento's Music Circus, where Channel 3's Barry Brown learned how to fly like Peter Pan.
Theater in the Round really got off the ground, about 15 feet off the ground. This was a how to fly seminar, something the cast of Peter Pan does every night. Erica View plays young Jane.
Feeling comfortable up there doesn't take that long, because like I said, I don't go back and forth. I don't have to move around. But the harness you don't ever get comfortable with.
She made it look easy, and so did 4-year-old Andy Lewis. He got his first taste of flight today and handled it pretty well. It's all accomplished with wires, pulleys, and a leather harness hidden beneath your clothes. And if you've ever wondered why Peter Pan is so often played by a woman...
Well, to start with, the show was created for Mary Martin, and traditionally it's been played by a woman.
Yeah, but it also has something to do with the way the harness fits.
Nervous? Me? Yes. All of this is made possible by special effects. And if the harness should slip, special defects is what we'll call this. But we're going to give it a shot. You will actually believe a man can fly. Hit it! Oh, gee. No. This is one of the most comfortable sensations. You know, when Penny Pizer, who stars as Peter Pan, flies, it takes just one person to hoist her up on this. I have 3.
These guys were having a great time. Just for kicks, they decided to leave me hanging.
Any minute now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to land.
For a while, I thought I'd never land.
Hear it.
But they relented finally and let me down.
Piece of cake. In Sacramento, this is Barry Brown for Channel 3 Reports.
Oh, you'll be happy to know he's recovered. With the in-flight adjustments were so graceful, didn't you think?
Serves him right for never land, doesn't it?
Oh, I thought that was wonderful. Thank you, Barry. That made our day.
He's sort of the strong and silent type, kind of imposing without his hair. The folks at the Sharper Image stores call him Gregory, from the Greek word for watchful or vigilant. And he's being marketed as just that, a lightweight, portable bodyguard. Gregory is little more than an upper torso. Some assembly is required, and so is some cash. He sells for $499 with clothes, $50 less without. Some buyers dress him up for rides in the car. He can be a reassuring presence when you're lost in a tough neighborhood. With a quick wardrobe change, you get a different look for different situations. After all, clothes make the man. Okay, this is the plan. When we get up to the gate, I'm gonna tell them you're Will Clark, and we need to get in right away, and maybe they'll let us in free. Granted, there are devious ways to employ Gregory, but we don't suggest you try to use him to sneak through the carpool lanes. The Bay Bridge is upping the fine for that.
In the Oakland area, it was, I believe, around $70, and I estimate that it'll be well over $210 beginning April 1st.
I told you it was a stupid idea.
All scheming aside, perhaps Gregory's greatest value is as a friend, a pal, someone you can talk man to man with.
What, the one in the blue? She's a doll. I'm sure she'd go out with you. Really, just ask.
In San Francisco, with Gregory, Barry Brown, KOFY News. It would appear that these people are taking a break from business, but taking breaks is what their business is all about. These are the vending machine folks. Name a food product, they'll show you a machine to dispense it.
No more closing the door to view the display.
Manufacturers come here to show off the latest advancements in vending technology. Coffee machines, they're nothing new, but this one grinds and brews each cup individually, thanks to the microchip. And how about French fries in just 35 seconds? Several companies say they've learned how to put hot oil and sliced potatoes into an airtight, fireproof machine that produces a cupful in under a minute. Oh, and put away your coins. The debit card is on its way.
We now use dollar bills, and the predictions are that within 5 or 10 years, we'll be able to use cash cards just like we do at ATMs in the bank to get things out of vending machines.
Vendors are also learning how to squeeze more products into a smaller space. Cold drinks, snack foods, even hot coffee from a single machine. Of course, a machine needs to be filled with goodies, whether it's pork rinds or popcorn. Those companies are on hand as well. Through the years, the vending machine industry has taken some flack for selling, well, junk food. But that's not necessarily the case anymore. These days, you're just as likely to find machines stocked with fruit juices and healthy things like trail mix. It's a welcome change. The convention isn't open to the public, but chances are good you'll be seeing the latest advancements the next time you go window shopping for a snack. In San Francisco, Barry Brown, KOFY News. These birds have flown the coop. Well, actually, they sort of waddled outside. But that in itself is big news in chicken circles. You see, at most chicken ranches, they never get outside. They stay cooped up in a crowded shack until it's time to go to market. But a few years back, chefs began complaining that the American chicken had gone soft. So farmers set out to shape up their birds. They gave them more room in the coop, put them on a chemical-free diet, and let them out to stretch their legs. In the poultry business, they're known as free-range chickens. One of the largest producers is Sebastopol's Pine Ridge Ranch, which markets Rocky the Range chicken. With a name like that, you might expect to find great herds of birds roaming freely on the open range, but that's not really the case.
Really what it is a chicken that's allowed to go outside and eat bugs. There's quite a few flies and bugs out in that pasture, and they have a lot of room to run out in the evening and the morning. And then they come in here around 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and they bed down until the sun starts going out, and they go out again.
The results of this open-door policy, they say, is a happier, healthier, and better-tasting chicken. It isn't so much a radical new idea as it is a radical old idea. This is pretty much the way chickens were raised 30 or 40 years ago. The chickens come to market the old-fashioned way as well. They're fresh, not frozen, and they come with the head and the feet attached.
Most people don't care at all about it. They just, because we'll take it off for them, so they don't have to deal with it. But most people do take the head off. They can make a soup out of it. The feet make an excellent soup.
It costs a little more to raise chickens this way, but so far, customers have been willing to pay a little extra. And with increasing sales, it looks like Rocky's found a home on the range. In Sebastopol, this is Barry Brown for Channel 3 Reports. You might think of this as an NFL parts department, and Bronco Hinnick as the 49ers' Mr. Goodwrench.
Put a plate here, like this plastic, or this plastic here.
Bronco is the team's equipment manager. He and his staff keep track of the gear, and boy, do they have gear. From shoes, to helmets, cleats, to cages, t-shirts, socks, and jocks, Bronc keeps the team ready to roll. And with 100 or so in camp, practicing twice a day, that is no easy task.
There's Chico, there's myself, there's Ted Walsh. There's 3 of us working in it. And it's full time. We hear approximately, Chico's here before, he's about 6:30 in the morning.
Lots of times, equipment needs to be modified to fit a player's special needs. A helmet might get a new face mask, or a set of shoulder pads a new plate. It's a big investment.
It's a minimum of, I'd say, about $500 worth of equipment. The helmet alone is approximately $150 by the time we get through with it, with our special paint job.
This is a job that could take you to the cleaners.
You think you have laundry problems? Try keeping the 49ers clean. Bob Humphreys here does 800 pounds of laundry a day.
And before camp is through, he'll have used close to a quarter ton of detergent. Sure, it's a dirty job, but these guys don't mind. Chico Norton's been with the team for 32 years. And Bronco, hey, it keeps him close to football. That is, when he can get out of the locker room.
This morning I was hoping to get on the field. I haven't been on the field too often, which I miss. But it's a lot of paperwork. I have invoices to check on.
In Rockland, this is Barry Brown for Channel 3 Reports.